Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Speed Demon Racing Network. My name is Ryan Wayne and I will be your commentator here for tonight's events. For the first time in 3 weeks, Rebel Valley is back in action and we are ready for some races tonight, and we have 3 on the docket, first time in channel history. We're going to start things off tonight with 40 laps around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and then we're going to head into the ARCA series for a 5-lap dash with no cautions. And then our final race of the night, we're going to go to Super Speedway Racing for the first time in quite a while. It's going to be the Gen 6 cars at Talladega. We have a pretty decent crowd here tonight for our first session here at Las Vegas, so we'll go ahead and switch over to qualifying and see who's on track. First driver we're going to highlight, this is the number 01 of Chase Ingram. He's been a regular here in Rebel Valley, always known for that number 01 McDonald Chevrolet, and see how he does here tonight. That number 01. Also keep your eye on Davian Tobin in the number 65. Last time we raced 3 weeks ago, he swept the night. He had 1 win before, and with his 2 wins a couple weeks ago, he was able to move his win total up to 3 here in Rebel Valley. And we'll see if he can continue that win streak and go for 3 in a row tonight in that number 65 Greatfoot Chevrolet. So far, early in our qualifying session, our fastest time is Josh Kenyon. See him right there in the number 27. No, we're not going to give you an EOL there, Josh. I see that on your car, but currently P2 right now as this leaderboard is going to continue to flip. And boy, Davian Tobin off to a hot start here early, a 30.830. We'll see if that time holds up here with about 3 minutes remaining here in this qualifying session. We've had 8 drivers post a time here so far, all the way back to Mark Jackson in the 8th position at a 31.557. Well, Billy Rickett in the number 9, one of the drivers you normally see on these Super Speedway races. He's worked his way up to 3rd, and Miles Davis has now worked his way up to the front row at a 30.784. There's Miles right there in the Sammy Smith number 18 Toyota. Michael Sarley has now worked his way up to 3rd as this leaderboard is going to continue to change here as we are halfway through this qualifying session. With some other drivers on track, here's Andrew McKenzie, the number 06. You also have Wyatt Blair in the number 29, number 3 on the sim, number 29 Chevrolet. Currently P11 right now on the speed charts. Here's another guy you got to keep your eye on out tonight. This is Nathan McLaughlin at number 57. I'll have to go back and check the win total here in Rebel Valley. I believe he's at 17 career wins. I might be mistaken on that. I'll double check that to make sure, though, after this race. But he is the driver with the most wins here in the series, as the drivers that are registered. So keep your eye on him as well. That number 57 Flow Racing Toyota. And the Pennsylvania native is going to start in P7 here for this 40-lap race. About Chris Phillips, one of the drivers that was here in Rebel Valley at the origins of this series back in 2022, 2023. He's worked his way up to P3 in his return at a 30.798. And how about Ryan Rose in the number 78 Chevrolet has worked his way up to 2nd place. 30.749 for the driver, the number 78. All right, we have 40 seconds here remaining in this qualifying session. So you take a look at the times here on your left-hand side of the screen. We're getting ready to go racing here very shortly. We've got 18 drivers that have posted a time, and I believe we have 19 registered in the session, if I'm not mistaken. We've also got Will Weiss. There he is right there in the number 17. He's on track, but he's not going to be able to post a lap. Closing in on the waning seconds here of this qualifying session here from Las Vegas. And it looks like time is going to expire, and it's going to be Davian Tobin leading us down here to the green flag as we're about to see the starting lineup appear on your screen very shortly. As these cars start to grid up here, we've had 23 registered into session. We'll see who shows up to race. But we've got a nice solid turnout here for our first race of the night. So we're going to have Davian Tobin here on the pole in the number 65. We have Ryan Rose, who will be starting in P number 2. Then you have Miles Davis in P3. Chris Phillips will be starting in 4th. And then Michael Sarley will round out our top 5. Go ahead and pull up the ticker right here. And you take a look at the rest of the starting lineup here on the left-hand side of your screen. For you guys watching at home. Aaron May in the chat said, "Hi, Ryan. What's up there, Aaron? Glad to see you here again." Starting back in the 20th position. He's one of our admins that are going to be overseeing this race. All cautions are controlled by our admins tonight, and our admins are Nathan McLaughlin to 57, and then Aaron May in the 10. So those are 2 admins here that are going to be overseeing everything here for our races tonight. All right, so we're going to give you a rundown here of our weather here at Las Vegas. So 82 degrees, nice and hot here in the desert. Partly cloudy skies, 14% humidity. And if we take a look at our race analysis now, it's just going to be a 40-lap race. Like I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, it's going to be 1 set of tires laying around in the pits. So that'll make things interesting here for these drivers. Definitely expect cold tires here on this restart for sure, and a lot of loose race cars. Chase Ingerman in the chat said, "I have PTSD from what happened in this car track combo back in January in NR Night." Well, Chase, hopefully you'll have a much better result this time here in Rebel Valley. And we'll see how he does tonight, starting from 13th position. We have 20 cars right now on the grid here to start this race. We'll see what happens here with Davian Tobin and that number 65 leading us down to the green. And it looks like something just happened to Miles Davis. Got a couple guys. So there he is right there in the 33. Ryan Rose, who was on the outside of the front row here. See him right there in the 78, falling all the way to the back of the pack. Not sure if he requested an EOL or what, but he's going to be dropping all the way to the back and be forfeiting that outside front row for this start. So Davian Tobin trying to go for 3 in a row here in Rebel Valley. He's going to be leading us down here to the green flag with Chris Phillips on his outside here for this start. The field works their way on the backstretch this time by. We're going to go green very shortly. We have a pair of Chevy bow ties here on the front row. We're about to have some fun tonight here at Las Vegas. Our longest race of the night. State where the gambling is at its brightest. Davian Tobin, Chris Phillips leading us down to the green. And this 40-lap sprint is underway. Green flag here at Las Vegas. Aggressive racing early on as we got 3 wide behind. That's Josh Kenyon in the 27, along with the 9 of Billy Rickett. And on the outside, that's Nathan McLaughlin. Oh, we got contact. That's Levi Lipe in the 14. Minimal contact with that inside wall, but it's a single car spin. We're going to keep it green. Side by side for second place. It's going to be our pole sitter, Davian Tobin, leading lap number 1. Ty Basile has also crashed, and the number 56, he's a little bit off the pace, but you see Davian Tobin about a 0.3 of a second lead over Chris Phillips. Single file back to 5th place with Jordan Herring in the 23. If you take a look at Nathan McLaughlin there in 6th. Oh, Chase Ingram, the 01 is sideways. Through the infield he goes as he's going to hang on to it. Might have been a little bit of karma for what happened on lap 1, but nice save for the 01 machine, and he's going to fall all the way back to the 16th position behind the number 10 of Aaron May. Back up front now, we have a battle for third place. This is Miles Davis in the 33 and Josh Kenyon in the 27. You also throw a blanket over the other two cars as well with the number 23 of Jordan Herring and 57 of Nathan McLaughlin. A little bit of a wall hit there for the number 23 of Jordan Herring. Take a look at that 57, dirt tracking it through turn number 2. He's going to hang on to it, but hold on to that 6th position. Davian Tobin up by 0.5 of a second as he signaled the number 6. Just snapped sideways on him right there and contact with Miles Davis. What a save from both of those guys, and Miles Davis going to get cleared for second place. Well, these rear tires are definitely going to be throwing a fit for these drivers early on in this race, and this is just what Davian Tobin wants to see. It's 0.6 of a second between he and the second place car. Getting around some of these slower cars here in this race. We are on lap number 5 this time by. And same spot for Chris Phillips in the 6. Really fighting that number 6 car right now, trying to get everything he can out of it. He's under attack now from the 27 Josh Kenyon. And now here comes Nathan McLaughlin trying to join the fray as well, as he's going to try to go 3 wide and blocked off by Kenyon in 27. See if Phillips can make it through. We've got a little bit of smoke here up ahead, but great battle right here. This is second all the way to 7th place. Our biggest mover so far, you got to give a call to Will Weiss in this number 17. He's done a really nice job so far early on in this race. He's up into the 9th position, started back in 21st. He's fighting here with Derek Skladell in the 54. Nice job from the Coca-Cola Toyota, making his debut here in Rebel Valley. Currently running P9. Also another driver, there's Aaron May as well, who's up 6 spots in that number 10. Currently running in the 14th position. Just in front of Mark Jackson in the 16. Nice job there for Aaron May. So take a look at the moment there for Tommy Withers in the 22. The Slim Jim Chevrolet. Back up front, Davian Tobin continues to lead. He's led all 8 laps here so far in this race. Oh, heavy contact with Josh Kenyon. And we got a crash. Hard to the wall goes Nathan McLaughlin. Chris Phillips is collected as well, and our first caution today is out on lap number 8. Hard contact at that start-finish line wall, and that's going to end Nathan McLaughlin's day. Smoke billowing out of the rear end of that number 57 of Nathan McLaughlin. As he's going to park it right by the inside wall in turns 2 and 3. He is going to be done for the day. All right, let's take a look at what happened here to bring out our last caution. Our first caution. All right, let's watch Nathan McLaughlin here in the number 57. Let's skip forward here just a little bit. Oh wow, the 6 just got loose and just lost all control of that machine, and Nathan McLaughlin just an innocent bystander right there. Just see the 6 sliding through the infield. Gonna make slight contact with that pit wall as well. And that's what's gonna bring out our first caution. We got a couple cars here coming on to pit road. Now, keep in mind here the rules here in Rebel Valley. We've got one set of tires laying around in the pits for these drivers. And the first driver that I see on pit road, that is Michael Sarley in the number 45. And it looks like possibly a fuel-only stop here for this number 45, trying to save that set of tires for later in the race. Levi Light, who spun out on lap number 1, he's on pit road, repairing damage to the rear end of that number 14 Chevrolet. We've also got Abram Gostin in the pits. And it's a good time for anybody that is a lap down to get their lap back here on the outside of the racetrack. So we're pacing around under caution for our first time tonight. Look at the race recaps so far as we're pacing around. We got Davian Tobin, who's led all 11 laps so far in that number 65 Great Clips Chevrolet. And you've got Miles Davis running in second. You can see him in the number 18. Josh Kenyon is third. Jordan Herring is fourth. And Billy Rickett is going to be rounding out our top 5. And I said his name earlier during that green flag run, but Will Weiss has worked his way up into the 6th position. Up 15 spots from the start of this race, so heck of a drive so far from him. It's interesting right there with Josh Kenyon in the 27. But I'll go back and recap the rest of this top 10. So we got Derek Squidell running in 7th. We got Ryan Rose, who, keep in mind, was going to start on the outside of the front row, but elected to give himself an EOL. He's worked his way up to 8th. And you've got Tommy Withers in 9th and Wyatt Blair to round out our top 10. Take a look at the number 65, Davian Tobin will be leading us down. We're going to go green next time by. All right, here we go for the restart. It's going to be Davian Tobin and Miles Davis lead him down to the green flag. And here we go. Knocking away here at Las Vegas. Clean so far as we've got a new driver up into 2nd place. Josh Kenyon has gotten around Miles Davis as we've got contact right behind. That was Derek Squidell in the 54 who got into the outside wall, but he's going to hang on that 6th position. Got a battle here for 4th place between Jordan Herring and Billy Rickett. They continue to fight side by side here for the 4th position. Rickett's going to get clear, so move him up into the 4th place. Well, as soon as I say that, here comes Herring in the 23. Side by side going into turn 1. Looks like the 23 is going to get clear. But we take a look here at the 27 of Josh Kenyon. He is closing in on Davian Tobin. Let's ride on board here with Josh Kenyon. Trying to get that side draft into effect, but here comes Miles Davis right in that rearview mirror. Davian Tobin is going to hold on here to this race lead, and a nice job from that number 65. So we've got racing all over the racetrack. Rickett and Davis side by side here for 4th place. We also have a battle here with Ryan Rose in the 78 to the inside of the 17 of Will Weiss. He worked the number 78 up into 6th. One car on the wall, that was Wyatt Blair. So you take a look here at Michael Sarley. He was one of the drivers that came down pit road, and he's worked his way up 10th. He's the highest driver currently in the running order that pitted that last time by. We're going to work our way back up toward the front. We are single file right now with our front 5. See how this all shakes out as we're nearing the halfway point of this race. Here's Will Weiss and Ryan Rose again side by side. This is for 6th place. Advantage right now is going to go to Ryan Rose in the number 78. You take a look at the 65 of Davian Tobin. He has been the car to beat so far. He's led every lap so far in this race. Take a look at the lead. There's lap times that last time by. Josh Kenyon put down some really good lap times in that number 27, but Ryan Rose, fastest car on the racetrack right now, or excuse me, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, and see if he can work his way up toward the front. Here's Miles Davis side by side here with the 9 of Billy Rickett. This is for 4th place. Davis is not clear yet. Here comes Rickett to the inside. Josh Kenyon just going to put that in the wall there in the 27. That opens the door for Jordan Herring in the 23. Oh, in contact with Miles Davis. I don't think the 23 realized that there was a car on the outside, but very lucky that was not a crash right there. See what happens going through into turn 4 this time by. They're still side by side here for 3rd. And now Ryan Rose is going to join the picture in that number 78. It's really tight right here through turn 1. We're going to be 3 wide going to 3. Rickett's going to get clear of Jordan Herring. Here comes Rose. See that car push up straight from the bottom of the racetrack. This door-to-door racing right now with 19 laps to go. Billy Rickett's going to throw a block in at number 9, but we got to keep our eye on this battle right here for 4th place because this is sensational racing. Herring on the outside. Here comes Rose trying to shoot his way to the inside. It's going to be 3 wide going into 3. What a move there for Ryan Rose, moving his way up to 4th place. Oh, we got contact. That's Aaron May as well in the 10. Michael Sarley in the 45. I don't know how those guys held on to it. Very close call right there between the 10, the 23, and the 45. We're going to continue on racing here. Davian Tobin out front by 1.2 seconds over Josh Kenyon. Take a look right there at the battle here, possibly for 2nd place. We have Miles Davis in the number 18. He's going to get to the inside of Josh Kenyon in the 27. We'll see if he's going to get clear, and that's going to be an easy pass there from Miles Davis. So Miles Davis now up to P2. Here's a battle here for the 9th position. Tommy Withers is in 8th. And we have Chase Ingram in the 01 and Aaron May in the 10. Fight for 9th place. Starting to get some single file racing now. Just these drivers trying to get acclimated here to this racetrack. Starting to get into this long green flag run after our first caution today on lap number 10. And Davian Tobin is still out front here in this race. Let's take a look at the last time by. Ran a 32.1. One guy I'm going to keep my eye on here late in this run, Ryan Rose in the 78 has really put down some nice lap times. One of the fastest cars on the racetrack that last time by, but is he going to have enough time with 15 laps to go to work his way up toward the front? He's about 0.4 of a second behind Miles Davis. Take a look here. Billy Rickett there in the 24, catching up to Josh Kenyon. 27 has really fallen off here as we get into this long green flag run. See if he can hold on to the 4th position. Going to hold on to it for now. Take a look here at Miles Davis and Ryan Rose here. Trying to fight for the 2nd position. Michael Sarley has worked his way up into 6th. Jordan Herring there in 7th. Chase Ingram is 8th. Aaron May 9th. And then Tommy Withers round out our top 10. And we haven't talked about Justin Connor tonight. He's worked his way up 8 positions. And there he is in 11th. With Davian Tobin out front, we have a pass for 2nd place. Ryan Rose has worked his way around Miles Davis and put the 78 up into 2nd. He has 13 laps to make up 1.7 seconds here on Davian Tobin. And we have a complete gaggle of cars right here for 4th place. Billy Rickett and Josh Kenyon cannot get away from each other as the 2 bow ties make contact. Side by side here. So Sarley's going to work his way up into the 5th spot. We'll see if he can get around Billy Rickett here for 4th. With a lot of drivers falling off, the number 23 of Jordan Herring really had a slide right there through the tri-oval and turn 4 and dropped all the way back into the 11th position. Definitely one of the drivers struggling on this run, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Can these guys make it through without another wreck? Davian Tobin catching up to lap traffic now. That is Derek Skladell in the number 54 just in front. And take a look at the gap. That gap is continually dwindling down to 1.3 seconds here between Tobin and Rose. Smart move there by the 54 to get out of the way. Yeah, this 78, 0.2 of a second faster compared to the 65. Well, I'll tell you what, this battle here for 4th and 10th, these guys cannot get away from each other. Chase Ingram has now worked his way up into 4th place, the highest we've seen him tonight. It looks like we've got a car coming to pit road. I believe that's Josh Kenyon. He's going to come in for tires. Now, if we do get a caution, he gets back on the lead lap. This is going to be a big break here for him, but I think this is just a desperation move here from the 27. Through all this, Miles Davis has now worked his way back around Ryan Rose, and he's going to go into 2nd place as Skladell is sideways in the 54. See Rose right there in 3rd, Chase Ingram 4th, Michael Sarley in 5th. Here's Billy Rickett up in 6th. Justin Connor and Tommy Withers here fighting for 7th place. We have 14 cars here on the lead lap with 8 laps to go. Take a look here at Miles Davis and Ryan Rose. These 2 cannot get away from each other, and this is big for Davian Tobin. And it's just what he wants to see here in the rearview mirror in the waning laps of this race. Rose is going to have a run here going into turn number 3. Send it in. Let's see if he's going to wash up in front of Miles Davis. Boy, he is sideways. Ryan Rose is going to move back into 2nd place. Ingram right there in 4th. Sarley in 5th. Justin Connor has been our biggest mover so far, up 12 positions from the start of this race. running right there in the 7th position. Take a look at the last lap times here on your screen. Davian Tobin continues to lead here with 5 laps to go. He's done a great job here so far in this race. Last thing he wants to see now is a caution. They're about to lap Derek Skladell once again in that 54. Up by 1.8 seconds over the number 78 of Ryan Rose. Miles Davis still holding on to 3rd place. And you got Chase Ingram there in 4th with Michael Sarley in 5th. Closest battle we have on the racetrack right now. Actually, we're just trying to look around here for a good battle. See right here, we've got Will Weiss and Wyatt Blair. This is the battle for the last spot in the top 10, along with Mark Jackson, the 16. Oh, Jackson almost lost it there, the number 16. Nice save, though, from the Coors Light Chevrolet. Off the racing groove and out of the way. See if these guys can hold on for 3 more laps. These tires have been chewed alive here in these conditions here at Las Vegas. And for 2 more laps, Davian Tobin just needs to navigate around this 1.5-mile racetrack. 3 miles remaining for the 65 car. Keeping that car pinned right against that white line. Miles Davis, Chase Ingram. See Josh Kenyon on those fresh tires. Trying to get around the 01 of Chase Ingram. As he crosses the entrance to pit road, it's going to be the white flag this time by for Davian Tobin. He got his first career win with Gen 6 at Pocono. He joined a couple weeks ago and swept the night of races to bring his win total to 3. And he's the hottest driver in the series right now, with a 1.5 second lead over Ryan Rose. What a night here for Davian Tobin. He's going to lead all 40 laps here at Las Vegas, and he's going to bring this home to victory. 3 in a row for Davian Tobin in his 4th career win in Rebel Valley. Coming off turn 4, Davian Tobin is going to win here at Las Vegas. As you take a look at the rest of the field crossing the finish line, Davian Tobin is going to come away with his 3rd straight win here in Rebel Valley and his 4th career win. Dominating performance by the number 65 car, and he's back to victory lane once again. Valiant effort from Ryan Rose after giving himself an EOL. He's going to come home 2nd. Miles Davis will round out our podium in 3rd. Chase Ingram will come home 4th, and then Michael Sarley will round out our top 5. And you got Justin Connor, Billy Rickett, Tommy Withers, Aaron May, and Will Weiss will round out our top 10. So you see the 65 is going to burn it down here at Las Vegas. Chase Ingram just said had an amazing drive. Yeah, I got to agree with you, Chase. Went from 13th to 4th. I know you mentioned you had some PTSD from a race in our night in America, but nice job to come away with a 4th place finish. Good start here to the night here on the Speed Demon Racing Network. We had 1 caution after some contact with Chris Phillips and Nathan McLaughlin, and we went green the rest of the way. So if you guys are interested in running in race number 2, that session will be up in about 5 minutes. And I say 5 minutes because this is going to be a 5-lap dash with the ARCA cars around Watkins, Glen, and this will be the first road course race on the channel. So give me just a few minutes to get that set up, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back here for race number 2 at Watkins Glen. Do something a little bit different here tonight. We're going to go road course racing, just 5 laps here, and this is going to be a very quick race. Let's take a look here at the number 5 of Derek Skladel, and passed by the number 91 of Landon Slaken. We'll do a whole lot of road course races here in Rebel Valley, so might as well let's deviate away from the ovals here just for this one race and see what happens here at Watkins Glen. Take a look at Landon Slaken here, the number 91. Did not race in that first race, and here he is going for this one. We've also got the number 71. I believe this is Will Weiss. These drivers continue to work their way around this Watkins Glen International Raceway. There's Aaron May as well, the number 10, one of our admins here in the server. Should be a really good race here tonight with the ARCA cars, and it's going to end up going by pretty quickly. Take a look here at cars on the racetrack, and there's the guy to keep your eye on, Davian Tobin. Can he go for 4 in a row? It has never been done here in the series, at least on the channel at least. No driver's ever won 4 in a row, and see if he can make that happen at that number 65. Only a 10-minute practice session, 5-lap race, no cautions, no fast repairs. So see how this goes over tonight. Try something a little bit different here for these road course races. Derek Skladel is the first driver to post time here so far at a 111.454. Let's ride along here with the number 5, currently top of the speed charts here right now, just to get an idea of how these drivers run around this racetrack. Like kind of botched from 6s and 7 there. Davian Tobin now at the top of the charts at a 111.332. Closing in on about 3 minutes remaining here in this practice session. Aaron May has worked his way up into second place here at a 111.433. Top 3 separated right now by 1/10 of a second, so we should have a whale of a race here, especially with this sprint. The driver to keep your eye on here tonight, Josh Kenyon at number 27. He's a very solid road course racer. We'll see if he can get back to victory lane here at number 27. Two minutes remaining here in practice. These drivers are getting on the racetrack. And keep in mind, it's only going to be a 5-minute qualifying session, so you basically have to be on the racetrack right away if you're going to be able to get your 2 laps in. So got Jordan Herring in the number 72. Welcome back, Jordan. That UPS Toyota. That's actually a pretty nice paint scheme right there. What can Brown do for you? We'll see if he can deliver this number 72 to victory lane here at Watkins Glen. Take a look at turn 1 here. Definitely going to be an interesting spot here on this restart. It's going to be Dive Bomb City most likely with these drivers. Take a look at the this racetrack, turn by turn. There's the bus stop as well. It's going to get interesting through there as well. We got Will Weiss has worked his way to the top of the charts. How about the number 71 making his second start here in Rebel Valley? Worked his way to the top of the leaderboard, a 111.0. Nice lap there for Will Weiss. And Ethan Vietvu, P2, and definitely another guy to keep your eye on. William Schmidt is here. Quarter panel numbers and all, that number 79 Toyota. Another driver to keep your eye on here tonight, that number 79. Goes again on the final 5 seconds, and it's going to be Will Weiss. As soon as I say that, Ethan Vietvu goes into the 110s at a 110.840 right at the buzzer. And Ethan Vietvu is going to be the man on the top of the charts in this practice session. Number 81 Red Bull Toyota is going to pace the field for practice, and now we're going to move into qualifying. And this is going to be very important with only 5 minutes in this practice, in this qualifying session. So these drivers are definitely going to be out there as quick as they can. We're going to look at the first driver that loaded into the session. This is Landon Slagan, the number 91. His first career win in Rebel Valley with the Formula V cars at Lime Rock. So has won a race on the road courses. And here he is, the first driver on track. Chase Ingram on Discord. Yes, I have took a look at it. I can see why you have PTSD. Aaron May said, I'm terrified of lap 1, turn 1. I think that's a pretty accurate statement. And Studs, I'm not sure which driver you are, but appreciate that. I want to make sure I get all the pronunciations right for this race, so appreciate that compliment there. Aaron May as well, the number 10. Also got Davian Tobin in the 65, trying to go for 4 in a row. And Nathan McLaughlin. So remember at the beginning of the broadcast, kind of talked about Nathan McLaughlin a little bit. He's won 24 races here in Rebel Valley, and that is the most of the current drivers that are in this session. I guess 17. My guess was way off, but definitely the winningest driver so far in the session at 24 wins, and we'll see if he can get win number 25 here at Watkins Glen here tonight. Here's William Schmidt. He's got 12 wins here in Rebel Valley. Trying to go for lucky number 13. Head back here to Landon Slagan. And we'll see what kind of lap time he puts down in that number 91. .811 for the driver of the 91. Davian Tobin at a 110.6. That's the fastest time we've seen so far in this session. See if he can hang on to it. This is going to be Ethan Vietvu on his second lap, not too far behind the number 65. And he's going to absolutely junk it in turns 2 and 3. That's going to be heartbreak for Ethan Vietvu, but looks like he's going to have a pretty decent starting spot here. So we're closing on the final 2 minutes of this qualifying session. William Schmidt in the 79. 110.878. Thomas Smalling in the, I believe that's Joe Nemechek, the Joe Nemechek throwback, the 01 U.S. Army Chevrolet. Up in P9 right now. There's Derek Skladell. Showed him on the in-car camera at Watkins Glen. Picked it up a little bit at a 111.245. Okay. Nice work there for the number 5. Parks it right on the top of the catch fence. And we've got a new man on the top of the charts. We've got William Schmidt. 110.419. That is a hell of a lap there for the number 79. I don't know if anybody's going to beat that time. Our fastest time here so far in the session. And we're closing in on the final 45 seconds here. Here's Justin Connor. We're going to throw back to Venturini Motorsports. That number 25 Toyota. See, Aaron May has worked his way up into the 4th spot. Nathan McLaughlin there in 6th. You got Jordan Herring. Didn't talk about Johnny Rapp. In his debut here on the channel, worked his way up to 8th. Take a look here at the stripe. It's going to be the number 25 of Justin Connor. We'll see what he does here on his second lap. Goes up to a 112.472, so that puts him up to 14th. So that's going to be the end of this qualifying session, and it's going to be William Schmidt in the number 79. It's going to lead us down here to the green flag. The field starts to grid up here for this 5-lap dash around Watkins Glen. William Schmidt is on the pole. Alongside him, we have Davian Tobin in the number 65. In row 2, we've got Ethan Vietvu and Aaron May. Row 3, we have Derek Skladell and Nathan McLaughlin. Row number 4, we have Jordan Herring and Johnny Rapp. And then rounding out our top 10 is Josh Kenyon and Will Weiss. Starting 11th, Thomas Smalling and Landon Slagan. Miles Davis and Justin Connor, 2 Venturini cars, are 13th and 14th. Then you've got Chase Ingram and Wyatt Blair rounding out row 8. And then Levi Life and Michael Good are row 9. Take a look at the drivers from 16th on back. 17th on back, did not post a time. We got another good crowd tonight here for ARCA at Watkins Glen. We've got 21 cars loaded into this session. And like I said, this is only a 5-lap race. Get all you can get here in this race. So we're going to take a look here at our race recap and our weather. Overcast skies around Watkins Glen, 68 degrees, 91% humidity. We should have a fun race here on the schedule here for race number 2. We got some drivers still trying to load in. I believe Johnny Rapp is the other driver that has not loaded in yet in the number 52. I don't see him. Looks like some of these guys are eager to get going here around Watkins Glen. As the field works their way into turn number 1, that's going to be the most important part of this race, the most important passing zone here at Watkins Glen. Definitely we're going to see the most aggression, for sure. Josh Kenny doing his normal lawn service. Did that at Las Vegas. I'm not surprised he's continuing on this tradition. Field works their way into the bus stop here behind our pace car. I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in here for tonight's race at Watkins Glen. We had a very fun race in race number 1 at Las Vegas. We had one caution and went green the rest of the way. And this was guaranteed to go green, as we had just had contact there under caution. I believe that was Wyatt Blair in the 29 and Justin Connor in the 25. But this is going to be no cautions here at Watkins Glen. And we're going to recap the night at Talladega with the Gen 6 cars. All right, it's going to be William Schmidt and Davian Tobin on the front row. They're going to lead us down to green flag. We're only going to have 5 laps around this 2-mile road course. And here we go. Green flag, and we're underway. Here we go into turn 1. We'll see what happens. Contact with Michael Good in the 31. Cam Geethers in the 4s around as well. We're just going to let it all happen. No cautions are going to fly. Sebastian Sapien was the other driver that was involved as well, the number 48. They work their way into the bus stop this time by. We've got Kenyon, Landon Slagan, Aaron May. Oh, it's going to be bumper cars. Around goes Slagan. It's going to collect Aaron May as well. Got a couple cars had to go through the grass to avoid that. We've got Justin Connor around as well. It's going to let this happen. Oh, another car sideways in the back. It's going to collect Landon Slagan. I think that's Levi Light in the number 18 Halloween car. And this continues on. We got another car sideways. That was Will Weiss in the 71. William Schmidt out front here. Davian Tobin's going to overshoot turn 1. Single file here with the front 4 cars. Top 3 have stayed the same. Got Nathan McLaughlin up 2 spots. Josh Kenyon up 4. As he's battling here with Derek Skladell for 5th place. Nice move right there for Kenyon through the bus stop. Is going to keep his position ahead of Derek Skladell. You've got Miles Davis up 6 spots, and that number 25. Those guys continue to fight. We've got a battle here for second. Ethan Vietbu sliding that number 81. Holding on to 3rd place, though. We're going to have 3 laps to go next time by. William Schmidt out front by 0.4 of a second. One car going through the grass. That was the number 5 of Derek Skladell. He's going to miss turn 1. And a costly mistake there for Derek Skladell. Fortunate enough, he only dropped back to the 7th position. They had such of a gap compared to the other cars back there with 8th and 9th. So very fortunate there for Derek Skladell. Go back to 5th place. That's just kind of been sorted out for now. See if Davian Tobin trying to go for 4 in a row. It's not a good turn right there for the number 65 machine. See if he can make it up here going into the next turn, but it's going to be William Schmidt out front. Next time by, it's going to be 2 laps to go. Levi Lipe off the pace there as well. As you take a look at the rest of the field going by. Tobin giving everything he's got right now. And around he goes along with Nathan McLaughlin. McLaughlin's going to park it off the racetrack. And William Schmidt can just set sail now. He's got about a 2-second lead over Ethan Vietou. Will Weiss has also crashed in the number 71. William Schmidt out front. He has led all 4 laps here from the pole, trying to repeat what Davian Tobin did last race at Las Vegas. Through the final turn, he's going to take the white flag. This time by, it's going to be 1 lap to go here for William Schmidt. Tobin and Vietou are going to be fighting for second. Going way off course are all these drivers, giving everything they've got. Josh Kenyon in the fence as well, the 27. Here's Jordan Herring battling with Thomas Smalling for 7th place. Got Chase Ingram there in 9th, Michael Good in 10th. Going to work our way here for 2nd place. Looks like Ethan Vietou is going to be holding on here from the number 65 of Davian Tobin. Just a couple turns remain, though, for the driver of the number 79. William Schmidt, first time back in a few weeks, and he's going to get career win number 13. It's going to be lucky number 13 for the driver of the number 79. And he's going to win here at Watkins Glen. Congratulations to William Schmidt. He's going to win the 5-lap duel at Watkins Glen. And that is now career win number 13 to Rebel Valley for the driver of the number 79. Davian Tobin's win streak is going to come to an end, and William Schmidt is back in victory lane. Ethan Vietou is going to come home 2nd. Davian Tobin 3rd. Miles Davis gained 9 spots, coming home 4th. Derek Skladell round out our top 5. And it's Jordan Herring in 6th. Chase Ingram 7th. Michael Good, after the lap 1 crash, worked his way up to 8th. Will Weiss is going to come home 9th. And then Aaron May is going to round out our top 10. Keep the camera on the screen to give a chance for William Schmidt to do a burnout. Don't want to pull a Fox moment today with Gio Ruggiero and cut away from his burnout celebration. I think that's just a Bush League move in my opinion, but congratulations to William Schmidt. 2nd driver tonight to lead every single lap from the pole. We'll see if that trend continues. We're going to move into our final race of the night. It's going to be at Talladega with the Gen 6 cars. William Schmidt is going to get it done here tonight at Watkins Glen. As he continues to burn it down at the start-finish line. We'll go ahead and get session number 3 loaded up here. And then our final race of the night is going to be at the Talladega Super Speedway. So before I put this into intermission for setting up the next session, I'm going to go ahead and play a special announcement. And then we'll go ahead and move on to race number 3. So I'm about to play a special video, and give me about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll have our final race up. The Speed Demon Racing Network and the R2R SimStock Motorsports Club have established a partnership. This will allow for both clubs to share races with the sim racing community. Make sure to check out the R2R SimStock YouTube channel for live stream races. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the Speed Demon Racing Network channel for additional support. The Discord channels for both groups are listed in the links below. Now, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right, we are back, and we are running our final race of the night, Gen 6 at Talladega. If I'm not mistaken, this is the third time we have run Talladega here on the Speed Demon Racing Network. And this is the first time we're going to be running the Gen 6 cars, a little bit of an outdated car. The NASCAR now moving over to Gen 7. And we'll see how this plays out tonight. On your screen, this is Derek Scodell, the JBL Toyota. Now we've got Aaron May, the number 10. And this is... some people call him a super speedway merchant, but this is Austin Mitchell, the number 18. Glad to have him join us here tonight for our final race. See he can do tonight as these drivers get ready to do a pit party here at the end of pit road. Jacob Mayu. First time we've seen him, I believe, in a couple weeks. I remember him running the ARCA Kansas race in on the channel, excuse me. So good to see him here. We got the Max Preps car. It's nice looking scheme. Ethan Viet booth. Max Preps Ford. Let's take a look at the only driver that has posted a time so far. Aaron May, the number 10. We had a 51.419, working with, I believe that's that Davian Tobin in the 65. It is, and Derek Scodell in the 18. Some speeds upwards of 206 miles an hour tonight here in the draft. Really never know with these super speedway races. We got a couple guys here in this field trying to go for their first win. Like Jacob Mayhew, for example, in the 46. You got Sebastian Sapien also going for that first win. Will Weiss has just recently joined as well. Cam Geethers. I mean, this is going to be a interesting race for sure. Recap the night. Got about 2 minutes remaining here in this practice session. I'll give you a rundown. Some of the drivers here we have in our field. Derek Scodell. Got Aaron May as well, the number 10. We got Davian Tobin in the 65. Jacob Mayu. These guys continue to pace around the racetrack here before we start qualifying. There's Wyatt Blair, the number 29. Precision Chevrolet. Then we've got a Steve Clark / Jeff Green throwback here from Josh Kenyon. I'm not used to seeing him something other than 27, so this is going to throw me for a loop here, but that's a nice throwback scheme there for Josh Kenyon. There's Michael Good as well. Donald Ray. So we've got two number 1 cars. That's going to be interesting to keep up with. It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. Hey, it's all here to have fun here in this practice session. It's the race that matters the most. And we got some guys slowly starting to come in here to this session. And practice is about to end. now. So we're going to move into qualifying. We'll see how this goes. So to give any new viewers a recap so far, we've had 2 races here on the Speed Demon Racing Network tonight. Both races were won by drivers who started on the pole. In fact, they led every single lap. So it was Davian Tobin in race number 1 at Las Vegas. And then it was William Schmidt getting career win number 13 in the second race at Watkins Glen. Now we're here at the biggest and baddest super speedway in the U.S. This 2.66 mile racetrack located in Alabama. Should be a thrill of a race here, and good way to recap the night here on the channel. So qualifying is going to begin now. We're going to take a look here at Ethan Vietvu in the number 6, the driver that came home second at Watkins Glen. Wonder how many drivers we're going to see do that method where they go super slow and then pick up their pace in the second lap. Which is probably going to be the majority of the field. Unless we got some guys that are just going to be starting at the back. We'll see how this plays out. We're looking through all the drivers here. This is Wyatt Blair, at the number 29. He's a 2-time winner here in Rebel Valley. We'll see if he can get career win number 3 here at Talladega. There's another 3-time winner here in Rebel Valley, Aaron May. He's got 2 of his wins on the channel. It was Gen 4 Chicagoland and Street Stocks at Southern National Motorsports Park. He had his first career win at ARCA at Daytona on a last lap pass, and knows how to get around these super speedways. Definitely kind of a dark horse guy to keep your eye on tonight. The number 10 on your screen. Sebastian Sapien ran the last race at Watkins Glen. I believe he got spun on lap number 1. Here he is in the number 5. Currently on track right now. Also got Davian Tobin in the number 65. The driver that has won 3 out of the last 4 races here on the channel. Can he make it 4 out of 5 in the 65? Austin Mitchell, the number 18. Currently P5 right now. We are halfway through this qualifying session before we move into the race. Jacob Mayhew currently at the top of the charts. As soon as I say that, Davian Tobin goes to a 51.357. Derek Skladell has worked his way up to second place in the JBL Toyota. I swear, he and Chase Ingram just love to just wreck it right at the end. It's kind of entertaining, to be honest. Wyatt Blair currently P4. Here's another guy that's run really well on these super speedways. This is Chase Ingram in the 01. Won the inaugural race on the channel, which happened to be at Talladega, except with the Truck Series cars, and cut off Derek Skladell for that win. P7. Josh Kenyon has worked his way up to 5th. And let's give a call to Donald Ray, the other number 1 car, on the outside of the front row at a 51.334. Let's have Joshua Stout in the Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 88 Nationwide Chevrolet. And it looks like a lot of these guys are probably just going to skip qualifying and just go straight to the race, but we'll see what happens. So Aaron May is our admin here tonight. Nathan McLaughlin, who ran the first 2 races, is not here in race number 3, so Aaron May will be the admin here for this race. Also got Daniel Medina, who's on the racetrack as well. In the number 19, a Tide Toyota. Currently P11 on the speed charts. And we're closing in on the final 10 seconds here of qualifying. All right, now qualifying has officially ended, and we're going to move in straight to the race. Starting lineup will appear on your screen very shortly. And Jacob Mayhew is going to get his first career pole here on the channel, with Donald Ray starting alongside. Michael Good in the number 51 with Davian Tobin in row 2. Josh Kenyon and Derek Slidell will round out row number 3. And then it's Austin Mitchell and Chase Ingram, 2 super speedway aces in row 4. Wyatt Blair and Aaron May will round out our top 10 here for the race. And then it's going to be Daniel Medina and Sebastian Sapien. Joshua Stout and Miles Davis will be row 7. And 14th on back are drivers that did not post a time, whether they are not loaded into this session or have backed out. Take a look at the rest of the starting grid here for the race. All right, we've got 23 drivers here in this session. Great turnout tonight in all 3 races. So I want to thank all of you drivers for coming in and joining these races. It's been a lot of fun to commentate and watch you guys duke it out around varying racetracks. And we're going to go ahead and go over our weather and race analysis here for our final race of the night. So it's going to be 81 degrees around this Talladega Super Speedway. 4-mile-an-hour wind coming from the northeast direction. Partly cloudy conditions as well. So our race analysis, this is only going to be a 25 lap race. Here in Rebel Valley for these races, there are 0 fast repairs, so please race smart and wisely, because if you have too much damage, you will not be able to continue. We also have 1 set of tires laying around in the pits, but I doubt anybody's going to need tires here, especially at Talladega. Go ahead and read some of these comments before we start. Aaron May said, dang, I'm the lone wolf as admin. Well, you're right. You know, they're going to be the one guy controlling everything. So we'll see how this turns out. And Danny3241291, he said it's the 19 car. This is Daniel Medina. Said 19 here. Good luck. Wish best of luck to you as well, Daniel. Start back in the, I believe, the 11th position. So best of luck, and we'll see how you do tonight in that number 19 Tide ride. A lot of interesting storylines here tonight at Talladega. Eric Sanchez just said, I'm rooting for Miles Davis. It would be a good driver to keep your eye on tonight as well. Run all 3 races. Here he is right there, the number 96. See what he can do tonight. But back to what I was saying, you never know what to expect here at Talladega. We've got 23 cars here in this field, all with a chance to win this race. The unpredictability that comes around these super speedway races. Which driver will be able to survive the crashes and stay up front? That's always been the name of the game here at Talladega and any drafting track in general. We're throwing it back here to the early 90s because we've got a Days of Thunder car starting on the front row. Jacob Mayhew, his second career start in the series, is going to start on pole. And he's got another bow tie teammate beside him with the number 1 of Donald Ray. We're glad you guys can join us here for our final race of the night as the pace car is about to make the hard left turn onto pit road. Aaron May has like to give himself an EOL, so he will forfeit that 10th starting spot. But it's going to be Jacob Mayhew and Donald Ray leading us down to the green flag. 25 laps. And it's going to be 2 Chevys on the front row. Starter has the green flag in hand, and we are racing here from Talladega. Oh, we got a crash already. That's Joshua Stout in the 88. Will Weiss is involved, along with Aaron May. The number 6 of Ethan Vietvoo. That was Miles Davis as well. And we didn't even make it to turn number 2 when we've got our first caution. There's Sebastian Perez in the 33 as well that was involved. Boy, that did not take long at all. That is terminal damage for Aaron May. Miles Davis also got damage. I know Eric Sanchez was pulling for him in the chat, and see if he can continue on. Big damage as well for Will Weiss in the 71. All right, we're going to take a look at a replay and see what happened, because that happened very quickly as we were switching back to one of the other TV cameras. So let's go back and take a look at what happened. All right, there's the wreck already happening with Joshua Stout in the 88. That was the first car that I saw that got turned. So we're going to back up our replay just a little bit. There he is right there. Yeah, he just came up right in front of Miles Davis, and nowhere for Will Weiss to go. Same with Aaron May. Just looked like a misjudgment there on the 88. He thought he was clear going high, and Miles Davis was there. It was just on from at that point. As these cars are on pit road now to repair some damage. An early caution here on lap number 1. Will Weiss coming out of the pits right now. Ethan Vietvoo also on pit road. Or Sebastian Perez looks like he's going to continue. So a quick caution here on lap number 1. Guys just barely made it to turn 2. We just had a crash with the 88 of Joshua Stout. We'll give you a rundown here of the running order as we're paced round under our first caution of the day. So it's going to be Jacob Mayhew leading us for the green flag as the pace car has 1 to go this time by. So it's going to be Jacob Mayhew leading. We've got Michael Good in 2nd. We have Josh Kenyon running 3rd. Austin Mitchell's in 4th. And then that is Wyatt Blair, who's now going to be in that 5th position. Donald Ray is 6th. Derek Skladell 7th. Davian Tobin 8th. Chase Ingram. And Jordan Herring in the McDonald's Toyota. We have 4 cars on pit road after that last crash. Aaron May, Ethan Vietvoo, Joshua Stout, and Will Weiss. Vietvoo's still on pit road there, the number 6. You just saw the race recap on the top right-hand corner of your screen. So it's going to be Jacob Mayhew and Michael Good leading us down here for the green flag. 3 Chevrolet bow ties here occupy the podium. And then you've got the Toyota of Austin Mitchell. The highest running Ford, well, see him right there, the number 97. That is Travis Eubanks, highest running Ford currently in the field. All right, let's try this once again. We'll see if we can make it a lap this time around the track. It's going to be Jacob Mayhew and Michael Good leading us down. Starter has the flag in hand, and we are back green at Talladega. Travis Eubanks in a 97 just went around, along with the 5 of Sebastian Sapien. Both cars are off the racetrack, so we're going to keep this green. Throw that. Josh Kenyon has taken over the race lead as we've got two cars trying to work in a tango. That's Donald Ray and the 01 of Chase Ingram. Currently 10 cars in this pack. Back to the number 19 of Daniel Medina. Josh Kenyon out front as we are now with 21 laps to go. It's a single file train right now for the first 7 cars. We'll see if the guys back there, we've got Jordan Herring, Donald Ray, and Daniel Medina. We'll see if they can get single file here to catch back up with this pack, because if they continue to stay side by side, they're definitely going to lose this main draft. Going to fall in line now as we've got Michael Good and Chase Ingram trying to work together here. They're going to get around the 46 of Jacob Mayu. Take a look at Josh Kenyon out front right now in this number 1. Here comes to the outside line. White Blair in the 29. They're going to leave the 18 of Austin Mitchell out the dry. Here comes Davian Tobin trying to go 3 wide. And a crash. Around goes Ingram. Held on to it. He had some help from Jordan Herring, but he's going to keep that race car intact and save a faster pair. Still green for right now as we are 3 wide up front. Here comes Davian Tobin on the outside. He's going to have some drafting help for the 51 of Michael Good. Huge shot there from Michael Good as here comes Tobin. That run was so strong on the outside. Josh Kenyon had no point but just to yield right there, and Davian Tobin to the lead. Davian Tobin out front. He's gained 3 spots along with the number 1 of Josh Kenyon. Michael Good on the outside in the 51. Again, the one driver trying to make that outside line work. We've got 9 cars in this lead pack. Back to the 19 of Daniel Medina. Now we'll see if this 2-car tandem is going to work here with Kenyon and Tobin. We also got another group trying to that 2-car tandem. That's Donald Ray and Michael Good. Take a look at the blimp cam here. Here comes Jordan Herring up on the outside. Josh Kenyon is going to go for the race lead as well. Contact from Austin Mitchell. Oh my gosh. That was a very close call right there between Jordan Herring and Austin Mitchell. I thought that was going to be a wreck right there, but they held on to it. It's the 97. That is Travis Eubanks. That was the car that spun on the restart along with Sebastian Sapien. And don't look now. Here comes this second pack led by Levi Leip in the 14. Single file for now. Let's see if we can ride on board here with Levi Leip. They are squirming all over the place right now as he's going to go through the middle. Look at this run from Jordan Herring. Leip is going to fall in line right behind this number 23 as he's going to give him a shot. And now Leip to the outside. How about Miles Davis? Guys, Miles Davis wrecked on lap number 1, and here he is back in the top 5. He's worked his way up to 5th place. And now here's the 14 on the outside. Levi Leip Got 4 cars running the outside, 3 on the bottom. Another car we haven't talked about, Cam Geethers in the 67, has worked his way up to 9th place. Martin Truex Jr. Scheme back in the 2019, 2020, something like that. My years might be off, but either way, nice run for him. Levi Light out front at number 14. He's got some help from Miles Davis. Next time at the stripe, it'll be 15 laps to go. As they pass the number 71 of Will Weiss off of pit road, here comes Jordan Herring on the outside. How about Daniel Medina and that number 19? Haven't talked much about him. Oh man, that was almost commentator's curse right there as he pinballed off of Levi Light and Donald Ray. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is the... Oh, Levi Light's going to go around right in front of Medina and Derek Skladell. Skladell's going to collect Jacob Mayhew as well. The caution's out. Derek Skladell, Daniel Medina. I see minimal damage on the Tide ride. There's Levi Light and Derek Skladell. That's big damage on that JBL Toyota. It's going to be another week before he gets career win number 1 here in Rebel Valley. That's going to be big damage there for the JBL Toyota of Derek Skladell. So we're under caution for the second time tonight. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. All right, it all started right here. Let's watch the number 14 of Levi Light. Go back this up just a tad. That's Josh Kenyon in the number 1. Honestly, look like netcode. There's Skladell. Well, there's Jacob Mayhew going through this. We're going to have to go back in slow motion one more time because I need to look through this again. It honestly really did look like netcode. He's going to push him below the line and... Sorry, that was a very bad camera angle right there. Yeah, that kind of looked like netcode right there, to be honest. You saw Jordan Herring had some contact from Wyatt Blair in the 29 as well. All right, we're under caution this time by. We had a couple cars come down pit road. We had Donald Ray's coming in for 4 fresh tires. Daniel Medina's in the pits. Levi Light, Sebastian Perez are also on pit road. So after all that, Wyatt Blair is now the race leader in the number 29. And the guy that he bumped before that caution came out, that was Jordan Herring. He's going to be right behind him in second place. Josh Kenyon, Davian Tobin, and Austin Mitchell round out our top 5. All right, while we're pacing around under caution, we want to remind anyone with the partnership with R2R SimStock Series. They're going to have a race coming up here, Winter Series testing. That'll start, session opens at 9:40 p.m. and the race will start at 10 p.m. Again, this is hosted by Zachariah Cartledge and R2R SimStock channel. They're going to have their Winter Series with the ARCA Menard Series cars starting on November 7th at the World Center of Racing at Daytona. So if anyone is in the R2R Winter Series, a testing race coming up. Session opens at 9:40. All right, so now we've got Wyatt Blair in the lead. This driver's had a lot of controversy in him in Rebel Valley, but kid has stuck around, and we'll see if he can pull off an upset here tonight at Talladega, currently leading in that number 29 Chevrolet. Got another driver right behind him, Jordan Herring in the 23. Currently running P2. Started 15th and worked his way up to second. Josh Kenyon, driver who's led a few laps early on here in this race. You've also got Davian Tobin, Austin Mitchell, our pole setter Jacob Mayhew in 6th. And Miles Davis, who had that crash on lap number 1 with contact with Joshua Stout, has worked his way up into 7th place. Cam Geethers, Michael Good, and Chase Ingram. Chase Ingram had an amazing save right there to keep control of that race car. There he is, currently running in 10th. Aaron May getting his laps back around the outside. Got also another driver involved in that lap 1 wreck. Currently 9 laps down at the moment. He's going to need a miracle here if he wants to get back in this race, because we're closing in here. We are halfway through at Talladega as we're paced around under our second caution of the day. Double the amount of cautions we've had compared to the first 2 races of the night. Granted, our second race, you could have thrown cautions, but wanted to try something a little bit different tonight with the no caution rule at Watkins Glen. So, time for the madness to ensue once more as the field is on the Talladega super stretch, working their way into turn number 3. Got Sebastian Perez as well, trying to get a lap back. Well, actually, I scratched that. He is on the lead lap. He's just trying to fall in line. Somewhere. All right, here we go. It's going to be Wyatt Blair, Jordan Herring leading us back down to the green. We'll see what happens here for this restart. Green flag, and we're back underway. Nice jump by Jordan Herring and that number 23 as the field's going to work their way into turn number 1. Pretty even so far as they work their way into turn number 3. Jordan Herring on the outside, Wyatt Blair on the inside. Well, it looked like Wyatt Blair was trying to side draft with the number 23 of Jordan Herring, but that did not work as Jordan Herring's going to get some help from Josh Kenyon. A huge set of steam on that outside line, and Kenyon and Herring are gone right now. 10 laps to go. And now Kenyon's going to abort working with the 23 and Kenyon to the lead. Austin Mitchell in second. How about Sebastian Sapien? He wrecked on that restart after the first caution. Here he is in the top 3. Heck of recovery there for the 5 car. Block thrown by Austin Mitchell. We had some contact with Ethan Vietvu in the 6 and Cam Geethers in the 67. Oh, Vietvu's in the wall. And he's going to collect Donald Ray as well. Hard in the wall goes Donald Ray. Both cars are off the racetrack. We're going to keep this green. And back up front, Miles Davis going to the lead with help from Levi Light. Levi Light actually had a crash, bring out our second caution, and he's right back up there to second place. These two going over 202 miles an hour right now, establishing a 0.3 of a second lead over Josh Kenyon. I'll tell you what, that water temp is definitely going up on that number 14. We'll see if he's going to back off the pace now. Here comes Kenyon to the outside. Now he's going to veer it down to the bottom. Now he's on the right side of the number 96. Here comes Kenyon. Help with Austin Mitchell and Sebastian Sapien. Jordan Harry's going to drive it right to the fence. They went 4 wide at the start-finish line. Boy, Levi Lipe was a sitting duck right there, as that was Will Weiss in a 71 that was sideways. See if these guys can get it together with 8 more laps to go. Single file all the way back to 11th place with Chase Ingram. And now here comes Sebastian Sapien. Is he going to block the run? Not going to work. He's going to fall back. Here comes Jordan Herring. I believe Herring and Miles Davis are friends, and we'll see if they can maneuver their way up toward the front. They're working together here, the 2 Toyotas, and we got a caution on the racetrack. Caution flag is out. Trying to go back through our timestamps and see what happened. And it looks like Will Weiss has crashed in the number 71. All right, let's take a look at what happened. Let's watch the number 71 of Will Weiss. Right there with the 5. Sebastian Sapien. That's going to bring out the caution. So heavy damage for Sebastian Sapien. He's on pit road now. Will Weiss was multiple laps down before his crash. We have 14 cars currently on the lead lap. So pace round under caution for a 3rd time tonight. Had 7 lead changes so far in this race. And the driver that started back in the 15th position did not even post a qualifying time in this race. Jordan Herring leading our field right now at number 23. Josh Kane has been in the top 5 pretty much all day long, as you see him right there in the number 20, or I always say 27, but in the number 1 car. Running P2, you got Miles Davis as well in 3rd. Nice recovery for him after his crash on the first lap of the race. Austin Mitchell, another driver that has run very well today. Currently running 4th, and then Wyatt Blair has also led some laps as well in the number 29. He'll round out our top 5. Got Aaron May continuing to get his laps back around the outside of the racetrack. Sebastian Perez on pit road. There's Sebastian Sapien. All right, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go green next time by. Going to be Jordan Herring and Josh Kenyon here on the front row, and I think madness is about to ensue because we are closing in on the final 5 laps of this race. Should be enough time. I believe there is a 40 to 45 minute time limit here in this race, so we should have enough time to finish this off, so shouldn't have to worry about that. And 1 attempt at a green-white checkered as well. We entered the arena here at Talladega with 23 drivers in this race. Take a look here at our pylon. We still have got a decent amount of cars left to finish this out. But we have 7 cars here out of this race. See what happens here coming in. It'll be 5 laps to go when we go back green. Pace car about to make the hard left turn onto pit road. We have 2311 Racing and Dale Earnhardt Incorporated on the front row here for this restart. Jordan Herring and Josh Kenyon, both drivers, multi-time winners here in Rebel Valley, and we'll see who prevails in these final 5 laps. Green flag, and we're back underway. We got some smoke back there. I believe that was the 19 of Daniel Medina who has just spun. Single car spin. He's going to loop it back around and we're going to stay green. Josh Kenyon has taken over the race lead here in the number 1. Top 4 single file. Oh, we got a crash. That's Levi Lipe. That's a hard crash in turn 3. Lipe's around. That was Cam Geethers as well. And for the second time tonight, Levi Lipe has crashed. And we're under caution once again. This is our 4th caution of the day on lap number 21. Approaching lap 22. Travis Jones has also crashed as well. We're going to have to take a look at a replay and see what happened. All right, the crash is already happening right here based off the last checkpoint. That was Cam Geethers. There's the 52 of Travis Jones. Let's go back to Levi Light. Let's see where he is right here. Let's back this up one more time. Let's see what happened. Back this up just a little bit again. The 52 gets into Geethers. Gonna collect Levi Light, backs it into that outside wall. That's what's gonna bring out the caution. The field's going to pace their way around this racetrack. We're going to have limited number of laps here remaining in this race. Take a look at the race recap here so far. We're on lap number 23. I believe we're going to have a green-white checkered attempt. It will be lap number 24 next time by. So for anyone that's new here watching or is interested in viewing this broadcast, so the rules of Rebel Valley, we're going to have one attempt at a green-white checkered, but we're going to keep this green no matter what happens. And that's what we're about to see here tonight to round out the races on the channel. So we are on lap number 24 this time by. So this will be a green-white checkered attempt. The top 4 drivers of, I believe, Miles... Let me check the stats on Miles Davis. I believe he's won a race as well. Yes, he has. He's won 2 races here in Rebel Valley. The top 4 drivers currently in the running order have all won races here in Rebel Valley. The highest running driver right now that has never won a race, you've got Sebastian Perez in the 33. Currently running in the 5th position, trying to get his first career win. You got Jacob Mayhew, who was our pole sitter, also going for his first career win as well. The field is working their way through. We've got 13 cars in this pack, right, with Sebastian Sapien joining and Daniel Medina right now on pit road. And Travis Jones also in the pits. Cam Geethers is also on pit road in the 67, so we're going to have 12 cars, likely at the finish, to round this out. SD70M said, my restart though, holy. Yeah, well, whoever that is, man, that was a good restart you had right there, and we'll see what happens here toward the end of this race. So this will be the final 2 laps of the race, no matter what happens. Josh Kenyon and Austin Mitchell are on the front row here for this restart. 12 cars, all with a chance to win it here for these last 2 laps. Can they survive to provide a thrilling finish here at the end? Here we go. Josh Kenyon, Austin Mitchell. 2 esteemed veterans here in the series, and we are underway. Not a good restart for Jordan Herring as Miles Davis is going to push Austin Mitchell here to the lead. Eric Sanchez said, I put $50 on you to get a win, and hopefully that bet it pays off here as Miles Davis is just knocking off that rear bumper of Austin Mitchell. Here comes Jacob Mayhew in the 46, trying to go for his first career win. Big block thrown by Austin Mitchell to hold on to the race lead as they're 3 wide right behind him. Levi Light there on the outside with help from Davian Tobin. Perez had contact from Chase Ingram. Mayhew trying to go to the top, but Austin Mitchell blocks him again. Oh, and Miles Davis is going to save it. And Mayhew goes around off of Josh Kenyon. They're wrecking right behind, and it's the white flag. Austin Mitchell with a 0.5 of a second lead. This is going to be a big run right here with Josh Kenyon and Jordan Herring. Austin Mitchell might be a sitting duck because here comes the other 4 cars. Gap down to 0.1 of a second. Here comes Josh Kenyon. Miles Davis and Jordan Herring make some contact and a huge shove from Kenyon. And now Kenyon's going to block Jordan Herring here on the outside. Austin Mitchell trying to get another win. Here comes Kenyon to the top. And now Jordan Herring going to go below the line. It's going to be 3 wide. Kenyon to the lead. Tobin right there in second. Is he going to have a chance? They're going to be side by side at the stripe. Kenyon or Tobin? It's going to be Josh Kenyon. Josh Kenyon's going to win here at Talladega. Josh Kenyon was in the right spot, and he was able to hold off Davian Tobin right at the end, and Miles Davis has got another win here in Rebel Valley. It is his 15th career win here in Rebel Valley, and that will tie him 8th on the all-time win list, and a huge victory for Josh Kenyon. Career win number 15 for the driver of the 1. And the first driver I've seen on the channel do a reverse burnout. That's kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. As he's going to park it after that, we're going to have to go back and take a look at that replay because that was an amazing finish right there at the end. So let's go back and take a look at the replay. All right, we're going to go starting on the, with 2 laps to go, coming to the white flag. Let's see what happened here with Miles Davis and Levi Light. See contact with Kenyon and Jacob Mayu. That's going to put Wyatt Blair, Michael Gibbs, Sebastian Perez. See Wyatt Blair and Michael Good sustained heavy damage right there, and I knew Austin Mitchell was going to be in a very bad spot here with that much of a gap. And Josh Kenyon closing in here on a huge head of steam. And Jordan Herring and Miles Davis just playing bumper cars with each other right there. Kenyon goes to the top. Here comes Herring on the bottom. Did not work out for him. And then Tobin gets right there. Tries to get to the inside. They actually make contact. And Kenyon was able to hold on. Get career win, number 15. All right, and that'll do it here for tonight's races. I want to give a congratulations to Davian Tobin, William Schmidt, and Josh Kenyon on their victories tonight. And the first 3 race night special on the Speed Demon Racing Network. Great turnouts tonight, over 20 cars in every race, so I do appreciate y'all coming out and having fun with these races and giving me the opportunity to commentate here on the channel. Zachariah Cartledge just said R2R's race is now up, and that stream will go up at 9:55. So for anyone that wants to tune into the R2R SimStock Broadcast Network, make sure to check into that and their YouTube channel to watch that race. So I want to thank everyone for coming out to tonight's races. My name is Ryan Wayne, and I will be signing off. See you later, guys.